and you type out this long message, and then you just look at the message and you're like, what's the point? And you just delete it and you send okay, or you send something. Hey fam, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. My name is TOBI ACHUDUME. If this is your first time here, you are super welcome. I am so excited to have you here with me. So here on this channel, we talk about topics, tips and tricks that will help us grow fearlessly to the best versions of ourselves. So if you're interested in topics like that, please click the subscribe button so you get notified when there are new videos up on this channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming again. I am super excited to have you join me as well. Please do not leave without giving this video a thumbs up because I know you enjoy it, and also share with your friends and family. Today I'm going to be sharing with you signs to know that you are growing personally. So signs to know that your personal development journey is not in vain and you are seeing growth. So get a glass of your favorite drink and let's get into this video. When you're on a personal development journey, and I have been on a personal development journey for a long time now, I'm not about to put a number to it, but I've been on this journey for a long time, and I also share with you this journey. So I share with you what I learn, what I see, and how to grow into the best version of yourself. But one of the things that comes with being on that journey is that you sometimes may miss the signs of growth. You wouldn't see the signs that you are growing because you are on that journey. And so the tiny improvements, the small improvements, even the big improvements that you would have on the journey of personal development, they are easy to miss for you. You miss those improvements because you are the one on the journey and you are not seeing it. It's not like being in school and you having to finish a semester to get to the next semester to get to the next year. It doesn't happen in that way, and so sometimes it's easy to miss those signs. Some time ago on Instagram, I shared a post where I was talking about me missing the quick growth, if I would say that, of my brother. So prior to going to school, we live in the same house. We still live in the same house when I'm home. And so with that, I was not conscious of the fact that this young man was growing to the point of even getting to being taller than me. And then one day I went to school, and as a semester would come to an end, you come back home for break. And I came back home for break, and it was the one that welcomed me at the door. And I had to look up to see him. I was like, wow, you are tall. That was my first expression when I saw him. And I went to school for 3 months. So a lot can happen in 3 months, of course. But when it comes to growing is steady and is daily. So you're growing every day till you get to the point of being as tall as my brother is right now. But because we were always in the same space, I was not noticing that it was growing that way until I went away for a while and came back and saw that change. Sometimes that's how the growth and the improvements that you see in your personal development occur. They happen over time, but you may not notice them until there is something that makes you to notice them. In this case, I had to go to school and come back to see that my brother was as tall, not as tall, was taller than I am. Anyways, you get the point. So I'm going to share with you 5 signs that will make you to realize that there is actually growth that you're experiencing and you're improving in your personal development journey. Your personal growth is happening, and it is something that you should pay attention to, because sometimes we'll put ourselves under a lot of pressure because you have an idea of the kind of results that you want to see on your personal development journey, and because you're not seeing it instantly, you think that nothing is happening. Things are happening. And so I'm going to share with you 5 signs that would help you to realize that you have grown and you are still growing. Number 1, you are not triggered by the things that used to trigger you, or you are not as much triggered. I don't know if that makes sense. Your rate of being triggered by things that trigger you has reduced. So that means that the things that would make you go off the roof and not making you go off the roof again. You're having a second to think on what you're about to do, the response to situations before you do it. So that's the first sign that I'm going to share with you. So triggers are, of course, triggers. They trigger you to do things. There are things that get to you. So for example, you could be a person that used to be triggered by the pictures that you see on social media, and that makes you to beat yourself down and see yourself as unfit or not beautiful. But now when you go through social media and you see these pictures, the first thing that comes to your mind is not that you are not beautiful or that you are unfit, but you are appreciating the beauty that you see and then also expressing the fact that you're beautiful in your own way. So the things that trigger you before do not have as much effect as they used to have. Doesn't mean that you're not triggered again, but you now have a better grip on these things. You have a better way of handling these triggers when they occur. So you could see it, still be triggered by it, but also call yourself out of the fact or out of the field of being insecure and just tell yourself that you're able to be as beautiful as you want to be if you decide that that is what you want to do. And just on the topic of triggers, everybody gets triggered. Everybody has triggers, things that trigger them. Sometimes you know them, sometimes you don't know them. If you know them, great, then you can start working on them. If you don't know them, I'm going to share a tip on how to start to figure it out. When you see that you're losing your cool or you're losing yourself, figure out what has led to that moment. So it could be that you are normally a calm person and then something happens and you find yourself being frustrated, being angry, and just going over the roof. Ask yourself how you got there, what made you get there, and then you figure out that something has triggered you. You find out what triggered you and then you're able to work on that. Number 2, you start to say hello to people that you don't want to say hello to. So this is not in any way being fake or forming maturity or being the bigger person. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you should be a bigger person. What I'm saying is you are telling yourself that you are bigger than that situation. So somebody has hurt you, somebody has betrayed you, a friend, a family member, and all of that. And of course you would feel hurt, you would feel disappointed, you would feel all of the feels that you want to feel. When you realize that you have worked on yourself, because one of the things that helps you to grow is you working on forgiveness. You're becoming a more forgiving person because our example is Christ and Christ forgives. And so that is a step in your personal development journey. So when you find yourself being okay to say hello to people that have hurt you, not that you're bigger than them again, but you're bigger than the situation, then you are growing, because what that means is that you have worked on your ability to forgive and let go of whatever it is that has led to the point of you being hurt by them. And you also understand that the fact that you are saying hello to them does not mean that you have given them the right or the space to hurt you again, but you are just understanding that this person is my brother or my sister in the Lord and we are family members in Christ. So it means that when you see somebody that has hurt you, you are able to walk by the person, say hello to the person, exchange some form of greeting with the person and be fine with it. You're not feeling tense, you're not feeling angry, you're not feeling how can you have done this to me or whatever it is. You are fine with you being in the same space with the person and not being hypocritical about it. So it means that you have dealt properly with the situation and how the situation affected you. And so now you are fine, you are at peace with yourself, you are at peace with the situation, and you are at peace with the person. Number 3, you delete a very long, insulting message that you're about to send to somebody. So this is very somehow, I can't remember the word I wanted to use. But you know all those times, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us, if not all of us, have done this before. You want to send a long message explaining and insulting somebody that has just said the worst thing that they could say, and you type out this long message and then you just look at the message and you're like, what's the point? And you just delete it and you send okay or you send something. That's a sign of personal growth. I am honestly serious. I'm honestly serious. Wow. But that's a sign of personal growth because it means that you're not giving your time, your energy, and your emotions to things that should be irrelevant. You're not giving yourself, or you're not giving that situation the chance of you explaining and demanding an explanation back. But it just means that you're like, whatever works for you is great. And what works for me right now is telling you, okay. It also means that you have gotten to the point where you have chosen to not consume your mind, to not fill your mind up with negativity. You have chosen to separate yourself from negativity, negative emotions, negative response, negative actions. You have just made up your mind that you want to live at peace. You want to be at peace. You want peace of mind, and you are not about to be going back and forth on insulting and explaining and all of that. Whatever comes, all of the baggage and all of that. You have gotten to the point where you feel like when there is no need for me to explain or insult somebody, I am not going to do it. And even when I have a lapse of actually typing out this long message, which has happened to me several times, I call myself back and delete it. The moment you realize that you are able to delete a message or a response that will come naturally to you and would cause drama, you are growing. You are definitely growing. Number 4, you do not chase things that are not chasing you. So this would mean you're not chasing people that are not chasing you. You're not chasing goals that are not chasing you. And when I say chasing, I do not mean actively chasing people. I'm saying you're not putting so much effort into things that are not yielding or do not look like they will yield the results that you want to see. So you have a friend and you feel like you're the only one that is putting in so much into that relationship and the person does nothing else. You're fine with stepping back and seeing if this relationship is for you or not for you. You have also gotten to the point where you see that you're putting in so much effort into a goal and the action that you're using to want to get the results that you want to get, you are not seeing how it is working. You feel comfortable with stepping out of that, re-strategizing and probably changing your action rather than you sticking to the fact that this is what you want to do to get that result, and if it is not working, you're going to stay on it. Personal growth in this case means that you are fine with stepping out of the ring in whatever situation that means, either in your business, in your growth, in your goals, or with your friends. You're fine with stepping out of the ring to reevaluate, to rethink, to re-strategize, and you're fine with moving on to the next thing. So you're not going to stay on a path that is not for you and is not working for you. You're fine with leaving it and moving on to the next thing. So that would mean that with a goal that you have set for yourself, if you see that the action plan that you have drawn out is not working, you're comfortable with changing the action plan. It could be difficult, but you're fine with doing it because you know that at the end of the day, the result is what is important. And you are fine with changing how you get the results that you want to get. It would also mean that with friendships or relationships, you are not being petty again to the point of holding on to anger, holding on to pain, and holding on to, I did this and you did not do this. There is no going back and forth on all of that conversations. And you are perfectly fine as well with doing that. Now, I did not say cut off anything or cut off anybody. I said moving on. And also with that, you've come to the place of understanding that people are busy. People are living their life as much as they want to be present in your life. They also have their life to live. So that would mean that you understand that when you call somebody to speak to the person, to talk to the person, or you want to rant, go back and forth with somebody, and the person does not answer you in that moment, you understand that the person has a life that the person is living. You also understand that when you ask somebody for help and the person cannot help you at that point, it may not be because they don't want to help you, it just means that they are not able to help you at that point. So it means that you are a more understanding person, and that is a huge sign of personal growth. Number 5 is you feel comfortable with saying no to the things that do not matter to you. You are comfortable with saying no to things that you have no interest in. So you have left the level of people pleasing. So people pleasing means that you say yes to people because you feel like that's what they want you to do. You are always there. You are always wanting to please people because you want them to always be happy with you. So you're fine with saying no. You do not feel like you are missing out on anything when you say no to situations that does not interest you or things that you cannot do, things that have gone way beyond your power. You do not feel some kind of way because you have said no to something that you naturally cannot do. So, of course, there are many other ways to see and to know that you are growing and your personal development journey is not in vain, but these are 5 signs that you can start looking out for from today. It's also a way to see that you are in a great place and your commitment to being a better version of yourself is not in vain. You are actually seeing the results and the improvement. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and also check this video out, dealing with negativity. I'm sure you would enjoy it. Please do not forget to subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section if there are any other signs that you would like to share with me on knowing that you are growing personally and your personal development journey is not in vain. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Till next time, bye.